For exponential growth, you were conducting a scientific experiment on bacteria for your school project when you collected some interesting data. In your experiment, you discovered that your bacteria doubles every 4 hours. Using a now, next, and explicit equation, find out how many bacteria were present after 1 day if you started with 1 bacteria. The now next would be next equals now times 2 because it's doubling, and the start is 1 because you started with 1 bacteria. And then the explicit equation would be y equals 1, which is your start number of bacteria, times 2 to the x because it's doubling, and x is the number of 4-hour intervals. So in our table, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the number of 4-hour intervals. So this would be 4, 8, 12, and 16 hours. And the number of bacteria after 0 hours is 1, after 4 hours is 2, 8 hours is 4, 12 hours is 8, and then 16 hours is 16. So the word problem asked how many bacteria would be present after 1 day. So you start with your equation, which is 1 times 2 to the x, and 1 day is 24 hours. But since it's in 4-hour intervals, it would be 24 divided by 4, which is 6. So it's 1 times 2 to the 6th, which is 64 bacteria. How many bacteria will there be after 2 days? So first you start off with your explicit equation, and 2 days is 48 hours, and 48 divided by 4, because it's 4-hour intervals, is 12. So it would be 1 times 2 to the 12th, which is 4,096 bacteria. And if there are 32 bacteria, how many hours have passed? So you start off with your equation, and I use my calculator for this. So in y equals, I plugged in the equation 1 times 2 to the x, and second graph brings me to a table where I can scroll down and see how many hours it takes to reach 32. So when y is 32, x is 5. But you have to remember that it's in every 4 hours, so you'd have to do 5 times 4 to get 20 hours.
By either using a table or guessing, checking, flipping the numbers back, figuring out the total set.
Exponential decay.
Linear growth. And the question was,
the element carbon-39 has a half-life of 2.5 days. If you start with 200 grams of carbon, how much will be left after 7.5 days? Write a now next and explicit equation to solve. So your now next equation is next equals now times 1/2 because it's half-life. And then your start is 200 because you started with 200 grams. Your explicit equation is 200, and that's your start, times 0.5 to the x. So our table is after 0 days, there's 200 grams, 2.5 is 100, 5 is 50, 7.5 is 25, and 10 is 12.5. So our graph is exponential decay because it's curving. And so the question was, how much will be left after 7.5 days? So you have your equation, then you have to plug in 7.5 over 2.5 because that's how many days you need to figure out, divided by how many days its half-life is. So 0.5 to the 7.5 over 2.5 is 0.125. So 200 times 0.125 is 25 grams. So that's how much you'll have left after 7.5 days. So how much will be left in 15 days? So you have your equation, and then you have to plug in 15 over 2.5 as your exponent. So you get 200 times 0.015625, which you can just round up to 0.02. And then you get, once you multiply those, you get y equals 3.125 grams. If there are 0.4 grams left of carbon-39, how many days has it been? So you plug in 0.4, or that only number for y, and then you have equals 200 times 0.5, and you don't know how many days it's been, so that's x over 2.5. Then you just kind of have to guess on your calculator. So I plugged my equation in on my calculator for y equals. Then second table, you go down to how much will be left after around 0.4. So it's in between 22 and 23. So it would be around 22.5 grams. Thanks for watching.